Have you ever seen designs made up of tiny dots and wonder how they are created? That effect is called halftone, and it's a technique widely used in graphic design and printing to create shadows, details, and gradients using patterns of dots. In garment decoration, this effect allows us to transform photos and designs into graphics with a more professional and artistic look. It also helps large ink cover areas appear lighter and better integrated with the fabric. Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Daisy, and in this video I'm going to show you what halftone is, how to create this effect step by step using the xTool Studio, and then we'll print our design with the xTool Apparel Printer so you can see how it looks on a finished garment. Here we are inside xTool Studio. I have three images here. This is the original image and these two are the halftone version. This one is prepared for a cream color shirt and this one is prepared for a black t-shirt. With this program, it's super easy to create this effect. Go to the Apps section by clicking on these small squares. Here you'll see a list of all the tools that xTool Studio offers. But today we're going to use the Halftone Maker. Select it, and this is the window where we will prepare our design. Click here to import your image. Open the folder where your design is located. Select it and import it. This design already has a transparent background. On the right-hand side, you'll find two options, Basic and Advanced. Both offer almost the same tools, but for this tutorial, I will be using the Basic mode because it's faster and easier to use. The first setting we will configure is the knockout color. This option tells the program which color we want to remove or make transparent so that area will be replaced by the color of the t-shirt. This is a vintage style design where the main colors are red, orange, black, and cream. In this case, I wouldn't choose red as the knockout color, and I'll show you why. Go to the knockout color, click on the eyedropper tool, and then click on the red color. If we select red, the program will remove every area that contains that color. As you can see, the text around the design also disappears, making the artwork lose part of its appearance. Even if we're printing this design on a red shirt, it still wouldn't be the best option because the other text will blend into the shirt. Only the red areas inside the artwork will remain visible, while the border details will disappear. As you can see, the design no longer looks the same. That's why in this case, red wouldn't be a good choice for the knockout color. I also don't think yellow will be a good option for this design. Now let's try black. We can select black using the eyedropper tool or we can choose it directly from the color palette. As you can see, the result looks really good. By removing the black, the design keeps all of its detail. And I think it will work perfectly on a black t-shirt because the t-shirt color becomes part of the design. This version will only work correctly on a black t-shirt, and let me show you why. If we change the background color, you'll notice that the black areas disappear because black was selected as the knockout color. As a result, the design loses contrast and many of its details. That's why it's so important to choose the knockout color based on the color of the garment you're going to print on. In this case, this version was specifically created for a black t-shirt. where the fabric itself replaces those black areas and completes the design. But I don't want to stop with just one option. I would also like to create a version for cream colored t-shirts. So now I'm going to select the cream color. As you can see, this version also looks great. I really like how it keeps the vintage look while allowing the t-shirt color to become part of the artwork. So in this case, I'm going to download both versions, one for black t-shirt and one for cream colored t-shirts. Now let's move on to the next step. In this step, we're going to choose the dot shape. The first option uses round dots, which is the classic halftone look that most people are familiar with. The second option creates a pattern of diagonal lines, giving the design a different appearance. It also looks really nice, but in this case, I noticed that the colors don't look as vibrant as they do with the round dots. And I feel like the image loses a little bit of detail. The third option basically removes the dot effect, so it no longer has the halftone look. Personally, my favorite is the first option with the round dots. I think it preserves more of the photo's detail. Below that, we can adjust the dot size. We can make the dots larger or smaller, depending on the look we're going for. We can also adjust the dot angle, but I usually leave it as 45 degrees. Finally, we have the print width option. This setting let us control the size and spacing of the halftone dots. If we move the slider to the left, the dots become slightly larger and more spaced apart. If we move it to the right, the dots become smaller and the pattern appears more detailed. I recommend experimenting with different settings until you find the one that works best for your design and the size you're planning to print. Now let's show you how to download the designs for printing. But first, I want to quickly show you this second image. This is a poster style design with multiple colors. I wouldn't choose red because there are red details around the artwork. If we remove that color, those elements will disappear as well. Instead, I think this design will work really well on black, white, or blue t-shirts. Let's test it. First, I'll select black. As you can see, it looks great and will work perfectly for a black t-shirt. Now let's try white. It also looks really good and will be ideal for a white t-shirt. Finally, let's test blue. As you can see, it looks beautiful as well. This is a great example of how the same design can be adapted to different t-shirt colors simply by changing the knockout color. Now let's download the images we just created. To download our design, we have three resolution options: 300 dpi, 450 dpi, and 600 dpi. In my experience, 300 dpi already provides excellent quality for most printing projects. However, for this tutorial, I'm going to select 450 dpi to get a file with even more detail. Once we've selected the resolution, click Export. This program gives you two options: download the file directly to our computer or send it to xTool Studio. Personally, I prefer downloading it to my computer. That way I can save the file and use it again later whether I'm printing it with my xTool Apparel Printer or using it with other printing methods for future projects. Here are the three designs. The first one is the original. The second one is prepared for a cream color t-shirt. And the last one is prepared for a black t-shirt. Now I'm going to quickly print them and press them onto a garment so you can see the final result. Simply resize the design to the desired dimensions and print. I'm printing these designs using my xTool Apparel Printer. And here is the print. As you can see, it turned out really well. Now I'm going to apply the DTF adhesive powder and cure it in an oven. In my case, I'm using a separate curing oven because this printer model doesn't include a built-in curing unit. If you'd like to see the entire process from unboxing the machine to set up and a complete DTF printing tutorial, I invite you to watch my previous video where I explain everything step by step. Here are the two prints we prepare. One for a cream colored t-shirt and one for a black t-shirt. Now I'm going to press them onto the t-shirt so you can see the final result. As you can see, these prints turn out really beautiful. I'm very happy with the result. And I personally think this effect gives larger designs like this a much more professional finish. I hope this tutorial helped you understand what the halftone effect is, how to create it in xTool Studio, and how to choose the right knockout color based on the color of the garment you're printing on. If you're interested in the xTool Apparel Printer, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. And if you found this tutorial helpful, I will really appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up, subscribed to my channel, and left me a comment letting me know what other xTool Studio feature or tool you'd like me to cover in a future tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.